Thank you for joining me for my six-part video series on walking the talk and living the love and my Masterful Living program. This is my last video in this series, and I'm going to share about the opportunity to join with me and others all around the world in my Masterful Living program. I've had so much positive feedback about what I've shared, and I thank anyone and everyone who's taken the time to let me know that they've received value from what I offer. And I appreciate too that so many have joined the early bird wait list. Wow, that's exciting. It really is. And there are folks who have questions about my Masterful Living program. So I thought I'd make this video a Q&A style and answer the questions that people have been asking. So just before I get to the Q&A, I'm going to do a super duper quick recap of this whole series. In my first video, I showed you how to quickly start walking the talk and living the love, and I gave you the inspiration to actually get started. Next, we went through the major steps and being able to make the changes and accelerate your spiritual growth in a really big way quickly. And I shared what feels to me like the secret code that opens the door to awakening awareness. And I also gave you one of the major insights that so completely changed my spiritual practice. Next, I shared a clip of Lori, who's done the work in Masterful Living, so you could see what it's like for real people, for someone who starts in a really challenging place and steadily does the work to get the results. And I shared some other people's feedback and testimonials so you could see some of the typical experiences that people have when they actually begin to walk the talk and see the difference that it makes in their lives. And it shows how love really does start flowing. And love is the healer, so then everything starts to heal. And I hope you can see that those folks aren't special. I mean, they're amazing. Of course, they're amazing, but they're also typical of the participants who've been in my Masterful Living program over the years. So if you've watched the 5 videos, then you understand why this method is so successful for so many. It's a complete program. You don't have to figure anything out, although you do have to use the tools to get the results. And the main thing is for you to take away that these people are spiritual folks who've been invested in spirituality as a mode of learning and a course of study for years. They've invested a lot of time and energy and money for years without getting the results until Masterful Living. And it wasn't until they started implementing this step-by-step program and really receiving all the fellowship and all the support from everybody in the program that they began to genuinely walk the talk and live the love for real. And it's that combo that rocked their world in such a good way. And, you know, let's face it, when results start showing up in your relationships, which if you're doing this, they do. Right away, you feel a difference in your relationship, in all your relationships, and it makes a difference so that you then feel motivated and inspired to keep going because you just would like more of it. And when you're getting these great results, you don't give up. You focus. You say more, 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 please. And you feel inspired to do what it takes to really reach for it and go for it. Yes, there's peaks and there's valleys and there's times when it feels really hard, but that's when you lean into the support of the group. So you're not on your own. You don't just give up and go back to doing whatever you were doing before. It's this feeling inside that I call proving God. When we prove the principles that it really works, it ignites something inside of us that we just can't get anywhere else. And it becomes like rocket fuel. And depending on your willingness, you will see how much rocket fuel you have. What happens is that people feel like they found something they can actually do, that they can actually use the tools I gave them. They're not rocket science and they're not so complicated. They can fit it into their lifestyle and their schedule, their routines, even if they're super busy. So, one of the questions is really, what difference is this going to make for me? And number one for me was it's such a relief not to have to figure it all out when it can be given to you. I see that for a lot of people, like, I was so tired of trying to figure it out, doing so many different things. And sometimes people do so many different things, everything in their life gets cluttered, right? And we can't quite stay on track. So a lot of spiritual teachings can feel somewhat mysterious, and implementing them on your own can feel daunting. That's how I used to feel. So this program eliminates all of that because I know what that feels like, and I don't wish that on anybody. It's important that you understand that you do not need to be an intellectual. This is not that kind of class. This is a comprehensive program to help you get out of your head and into your heart so that you can really live the love. Truly, there's no reason why you can't have extraordinary results, even if you feel it's impossible now. In fact, that's how most people feel when they begin, that sense of impossibility. It's normal and it doesn't stop anyone who's willing to actually participate. You don't need a lot of time. If a working mom of three little children can find a couple of hours a week, you can too. We've got people who are doctors and dentists and lawyers and life coaches and people who have a very full schedule and a family, and they're able to fit the program in. Because remember, spiritual practice saves time. It really does. You will save time that you've been spending spinning around trying to figure things out. You'll have more and more clarity. You'll just be making decisions easier. You won't be spending a lot of time being upset like you used to. So you get all that time back, and now you can invest more in your spiritual practice. Another thing is you don't need to know about other spiritual teachings. You don't even need to know about A Course in Miracles because this program is based on the principles of A Course in Miracles. I am not inviting you to study A Course in Miracles. We're not doing that. We're applying the principles, we're living it, and it's a different thing. We're not just talking about it and trying to figure it out anymore. We're just doing it. It's simple in that sense. Another question people have is, what if I'm not from the United States? Can I still do this course? Let me just say, every year we have people from all across the world, and we have folks from North America, South America, all across Europe. We have folks in Australia and even in Asia. So wherever you're from, it doesn't seem to make a difference in people's success. You don't have to live in a particular time zone because we've got groups that meet different days of the week and different times of the week. And so you can find the ones that work for you. And if you miss my classes or something like that, you just work with the recordings. And there are many people that they just prefer that. They prefer that, so they can focus and just use the recordings. But there are lots of opportunities for anyone who wants to meet in person. I make sure of that. Now, here's another thing. We have people of all ages and computer skill. You do not need to be a tech wizard. We've got excellent tech support available 7 days a week to help you with your level of understanding so you can be met right where you are. This is about giving you everything you need so you can be successful. We do meet on Zoom, and there are other parts of the class that are online, and we'll help you work through all of that. Also, I'm available for questions almost every week of the year, and we have a whole support staff that are available also, and they can help you with answering any questions. We have spiritual counselors available every day of the week. We have got you. We've been doing this for a long time, and I would say we are primed, we are pumped, and we are ready to be there with you every step of the way to make it enjoyable, fun, and totally doable. You're not on your own studying a book and just listening to audios. You are with us in this program. We become a team. And I'm excited to announce that registration for my Masterful Living program is opening in a few days for a limited time. And I'll be welcoming a group of new participants and sharing with them exactly how to achieve their goals step by step. In this program, they can develop an active practice of trust and faith, of being loving to themselves and others, and that heals the heart and the mind, and that transforms their life experience because we get into heart mind congruency. And it's a powerful thing when our heart and our mind are aligned and we're not going in two different directions all the time. And people transform not just their relationships, which is a lot of people, many people have healing experiences in their bodies of all kinds, and healing in their finances, like Lori talked about, and healing in their work and their career. I love to see people get into their dream career and really take off. It's terrific. So anything that you set your mind to, spirit can support you in that because spirit cannot fail. That's the thing. We fail only when we are not listening to spirit, when we are not focused in spirit. That's when we fail. Now, another question I get is whether or not this program is for beginners or for advanced spiritual students. And the answer is yes, it's for either of them because we get people every year. We get people who come from a Christian background who are not familiar with A Course in Miracles and New Thought teachings. And we also get people who've been science of mind practitioners for years and ministers and all kinds of folks. That's the beauty of this program because it's not about what you've studied before or the books that you've read. This is about a practical application of these healing principles. Really, that's what walking the talk and living the love is all about, so that we can get into alignment with love. And so, what you've done before in your terms of your spiritual studies, it doesn't really matter. That's what we find year after year. You'll be given specific tools to work with, and everybody's going to have the same tools. You'll be given many of them so you can pick the ones that really line up for you and will help you make those decisions. And you can try different things out and see what really becomes a workable spiritual practice for you. And remember, too, that part of what we're doing here is we're having a spiritual practice that you incorporate into your whole day. So it's not just a period of time in the morning or in the evening. It's not that. It's a whole comprehensive way of walking the talk, living the love. That's what makes this program unique and different. This, all these tools and all this support. So you're not on your own. Live classes almost every week with me. And the only people who don't succeed in the program are the people who do absolutely nothing. What are you going to do? Every now and then somebody just doesn't do anything. And it's because the support is there. That's why there's so much success, because people stay inspired and they stay motivated. And let that resistance be resolved and dissolved permanently. And then your whole life opens up to you. It's pretty amazing how it works. Now, some people worry that it's too fast paced, or it might be too fast paced, but we haven't found that that's an issue. We've designed the program so you really can go at your own pace. And if you're willing to invest approximately 2 to 3 hours a week, you got this. Now, here's the thing is, if you would like to transform your life and your relationships and your experience and your emotions and your way of thinking, and you don't have 2 to 3 hours a week to put into it, you aren't that interested in transforming your life, because 2 to 3 hours a week is fantastic to be able to have these kinds of results. Now, a lot of people are interested in how much does the program cost, and I'm in the process of finalizing that, but it's not expensive. We intentionally give you so much more than any other program I've ever seen. And we do have a payment plan, so you can choose that option. And a lot of people do. It can work for you. I hope I've answered most of your questions. And I've put together a video and a page with all the details and all the information on it. And that page is going to be ready to go live soon, just a couple days. But if you'd like to make sure you get a spot in my program and that you don't miss anything, I'll tell you what to do right now. Because here's the thing, obviously, this is a complete program with so much support. We do have a limited number of spots. We can only support so many people. And as much as I'd like to help everyone in the world walk the talk and live the love, our staff can only handle so many people at the same time. So, in order to supply the level of support and guidance and everything that we do for everyone in the class, we have a limited enrollment. And I prefer keeping my classes online intimate. And that way we can all get to know each other, and I can really be there for you and make sure that everyone gets all the support and all the hand holding that they desire and need. So please understand, the class is limited, and of course it's first come, first served. And if you'd like to be a part of it and get the whole experience of what I'm offering, please do act immediately once registration opens. Sign up so you know you're in. Now, here's what to do to make sure you get in early. First of all, if you've signed up for the early bird wait list, you'll be notified before everyone else that registration has opened. So you get a jump on things. And I'll be sending out an email to everyone on the early bird wait list pretty soon with the special early bird registration link. So watch your email for that. Now, one reason I've created an early bird wait list is so you can get access on that priority basis, and you know you've got that. And to secure your spot, I encourage you to act immediately once you get that early bird registration email. So, in case you aren't able to sign up for the early bird wait list in time, and uh, do go to the registration link, you might still be able to get a spot in the class if you follow these instructions. So as soon as you see the announcement about Masterful Living, click on the link and go there to the registration page and sign up as soon as you can. It's likely that there could be a rush to the registration page since there are so many people who signed up for the early bird. We'll see what happens, but if you follow these instructions, you'll get a spot, most likely. Masterful Living is quite honestly the best thing I have ever done. As I said in an earlier video, I don't feel like I made it up. I feel like I followed Spirit's instructions. And year after year, it does truly get better and better. And I am super excited for what is coming, because it does surpass my hope and possibilities every single year. These tools and the support that we give you, it's extraordinary what people do with them, and I can't wait to see what you would do. This is my answered prayer this program. I wish I had this program and all the support. I'm so grateful to share it with you, and it is my absolute joy and passion. So I hope this video was helpful and that I answered a lot of your questions and that we'll be walking the talk and living the love together. And one of the things I can tell you is that in this world, there's so much benefit when one person can bring and share their loving heart to truly love and truly walk the talk. So, nothing is more important than us doing this work and living an inspired life. Each one of us spirals the benefits out to everyone, 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 because we share the same mind and we're one with them. So it's so important that you get the support that you need to live the life of love that you desire. And I give thanks for your willingness. So we start with a yes. Start with the yes. Mwah! God bless you.